Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the virtual class. Class 8. This is your revision session. And today we are going to cover the civics chapters, that is, our constitution and understanding secularism. As we have already read about this chapter, so I am giving you the introduction first. In this chapter, we are going to cover about the constitution, the preamble and the working of the constitution. And one thing more we are going to discuss today in this video about the fact file, something which is very much interesting to know about. So let's start. This is why do we need constitution? Firstly, the constitution means the set of rules and regulation through which the country is governed. So why there is a need of constitution? A country has the people from different communities and beliefs which may or may not agree upon all issues. Thus, a set of rules and principles are written in a document which ensures that all persons in a country can agree upon in a way. This document is called a constitution. So, the making of the constitution has a very big process. In this, the British Cabinet Mission Plan on May 16, 1946 gave the idea to the Constituent Assembly that you should draft a constitution. You should have a set of rules and regulation. So, this assembly held its first session on December 9, 1946 with Dr. Rajendra Prasad as its president. All right. And in the Constituent Assembly, they had almost 389 members, out of which 292 are the representatives and 93 are from the princely states. Right. So I would like to repeat it again that Constitution is a body of law according to which our country is governed. It defines the position and power of the government. According to the Constitution, democracy, secularism, and socialism are our national goals. All right. And we have one more section in the Constitution of amendments. For example, if the general public itself want to change something, कुछ हम laws से satisfied नहीं हैं and we want to change it. So there is an amendment section. Amendment means आप changes ला सकते हैं किसी existing law में. जैसे for example, earlier there were 7 fundamental rights. The 7th was right to property. However, it was abolished after 44th Amendment Act. Till date, our constitution has undergone 103 amendments. 103 changes already constitution में हो चुके हैं. The next main topic in this chapter is about the preamble. The preamble to the Constitution of India has been given in this picture you can see, and it states the purpose for which the Indian Constitution was framed. See, I've already told you also through one example, every book you read has a preface on its first page. प्रिफेस होता है फर्स्ट पेज पे और उसमें इंट्रोडक्शन होता है व्हाट इज़ दिस बुक ऑल अबाउट, हु हैज़ रिटन दिस एंड व्हाट इज़ द पर्पस बिहाइंड दिस टू राइट द बुक. सो एज इन सेम इन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑल्सो देर इज़ अ प्रियम्बल. ये जो पिक्चर आप स्क्रीन पे देख रहे हैं, अगर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ओपन करेंगे तो फर्स्ट पेज विल बी प्रियम्बल and it states that the word so one has been written means that India is an independent country. Socialistic means there are social and economic equality. I will brief you. Secular means that all religions have equal place. Democratic means system of government in which people would elect the government. Republic means that the head of the nation is chosen by the people. Justice means social and economic political justice. Liberty means the freedom of expression through faith, belief, and worship. Equality means there will be no discrimination. Fraternity means a feeling of brotherhood. The constitution began with the words "We, the people of India," which shows that it is a constitution which is truly democratic, chosen by the people. It shows that the power behind the constitution is the people of India. We, obviously. So, it is the people of India who run the government through their elective representative. Right, students? Now, there are some other things which are related to this chapter, other terms also. This is the democracy, religious freedom, and equality. The main part, the last part of this chapter states an instrument of change. How the constitution have been undergone changes as an instrument of change. Our country remained under the British rule for a long time. Poverty, illiteracy, economic inequality were the major issues affecting our masses. So it contains valuable directive principles and our fundamental rights as well. And our government has already banned untouchability, and it's trying to raise the status of the poor people through various schemes. This is our constitution is an instrument of social change. We are committed to the socialistic pattern of the society. So socialism is one of the national aims. That's what I have stated in the starting of the video, that I'm going to share something different today in this video as well about the fact file written in this chapter. See, this is really, different thing. You have to read it. This is the original copies of the Indian Constitution written in Hindi and English are kept in special helium-filled cases in Library of Parliament of India. Original copies, original जिसने उसको लिखा होगा, they are kept safely in the Library of Parliament of India. Another fact file is the Constitution of India was handwritten by, हाथ से लिखा से by hand, by Sri Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada. It took him around 6 months to complete the task. Such a long period, right? Handwritten hai, and there are several things in it, so obviously it will take time. So amazing. Our Indian culture is so rich. Come on, let's continue with the revision of our next chapter, that is understanding secularism. What do you mean by secularism? This is chapter 2 of civics in your book. See, secularism is something related to religion, right? Secularism means related to religion. India is a tolerant and a secular nation. In India, all major religions of the world are treated with equality. This means that the Constitution of India gives equal status and respect and diverse practices of different regions. So basically, we can sum up that secularism means believing in any kind of religion you want. But there is other terms also related to this. इससे जुड़े हुए हैं. That means it is very much important and to understand that secularism should be separated from the state working as well. हमें religion matter को अलग रखना है and state working को बिल्कुल अलग रखना है. The term secular means being separate from the religion, right? The origin of the secularism can be referred back to the well-known names जिन्होंने इसके बारे में बहुत कुछ लिखा है. There are certain books written on it. This is the Counselor, National Reformer, the Secular World, and the Economist. Secularism refers to the non-interference of religions and state in their respective matters. दोनों एक दूसरे की वर्किंग में पीप नहीं करेंगे. पीप मतलब झांकना. दे विल नॉट इंटरफेयर मतलब बीच में आना, उनके मैटर्स में बोलना, राइट? सो एट द सेम टाइम इंश्योरिंग इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट एंड डिग्निटी फॉर ऑल रिलीजन्स एग्जिस्टिंग इन अ पर्टिकुलर स्टेट. Right, my dear students? So it is clear, very much clear from this topic, that how the religion has to be separated from the state working. There are two main parts of this chapter. This is all about the fundamental rights and fundamental duties. We will read it about it now. What are fundamental rights? There are total 6 rights. What are these? This is right to equality. Right to equality means it guarantees no discrimination and equal rights for everyone. The next is right to freedom. It is freedom of speech and expression, freedom of assembly without arms, freedom to form associations, freedom to practice any profession, freedom to reside or settle in any part of the country, and freedom of movement. Right? Now, the next right is right against exploitation. ये कौन सा right है? This is all about right abolishes human trafficking, beggary and other forms of forced labor. जो छोटे बच्चों से human trafficking का मतलब होता है कहीं से आपने किसी बच्चे को या किसी human being को kidnap किया और उसको दूसरी जगह पर, दूसरी country में, दूसरी state में आप ले गए उससे beggary कराने के लिए, forceful work कराने के लिए. That is called right against exploitation. Then the right to freedom of religion. We all have a right to follow any religion we want of our choice. That doesn't mean that we are Hindu, we cannot follow other religions as well. This is not done. No, you can follow any religion. Then the cultural and education rights means this law was passed in April 2010 and it made free and compulsory education as a fundamental right of every student. From 6 to 14 there is free education, right? Nobody can deny to it. Then the right to constitutional remedies means if you are facing some problem and it is related to legal issues, सो द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन गारंटीज रेमेडीज इफ सिटीजन्स फंडामेंटल राइट्स आर वायलेटेड. अगर इसमें से कोई भी राइट वायलेटेड है, मतलब आपको ठीक से नहीं मिल रहा है या आपको रोका जा रहा है किसी चीज़ के लिए, तो आप डेफिनेटली उसके लिए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रेमेडीज़ के लिए फाइट कर सकते हैं, राइट. इफ़ एंड द वन थिंग मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट इज इफ़ यू आर गेटिंग सम राइट्स, आपका कुछ ड्यूटीज़ भी हैं. अगर आपको राइट्स दिए जाते हैं तो आपकी कुछ फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी टुवर्ड्स द नेशन, टुवर्ड्स योर बिलव्ड कंट्री इज़ वेरी मच देयर. What are these? I will sum up some of the points in brief. It is to abide by the Constitution and respect its ideal, cherish and follow noble ideas which are inspired national struggle, जिन्होंने national struggle किया है लोगों ने, उनको respect करें. Uphold, protect the sovereignty and unity, defend the country under the national service. What is this? National alarming service. अगर नेशन को हमारी ज़रूरत है तो हमें अपनी हेल्प रेंडर करनी है, देनी है. That is the example I've given you in Zoom also. During this COVID period, when the oxygen was less, there was no beds in the hospitals. The one religion, Sikh, they came up and they offered the oxygen langars. They have provided the oxygen. They have done so much social work just for the because the nation required it at that time. It was alarming. ज़रूरत थी कंट्री को. तो ये अनकंडीशनल है बिल्कुल. आपको किसी की हेल्प के लिए डजेंट नीड कि आप अभी से, यू कैन बिकम अ डॉक्टर, यू विल बिकम अ डॉक्टर एट योर एज ओनली. आप लोग पढ़ेंगे, उसके बाद आप सक्सेसफुल होंगे एंड यू विल बी अ डॉक्टर वन डे डेफिनेटली. बट स्टिल अभी आप जितना पॉसिबल है, इफ़ यू कैन रेंडर योर सर्विसेज, आप किसी को हेल्प कर सकते हैं, तो दैट वुड बी अ वेरी गुड मैटर फॉर द कंट्री. To value and preserve the rich heritage, to protect and improve the natural environment, to develop scientific temper, to safeguard public property, everything comes under your fundamental duties. All right? Now it's turn for the fact file. Emperor Ashoka was the first emperor to announce as early as 3rd century BC that the state would not prosecute any religious section. In his 12th rock edict, पत्थर पे लिखा हुआ engraving हुई हुई है, that is known as rock edict. Ashoka made an appeal not only for the toleration of all religion sections but also to develop a spirit of great respect towards them. Emperor Ashok ने, जब कोई कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन भी नहीं लिखा गया था, तब उन्होंने ये बोल दिया था, उन्होंने रॉक एडिक्ट्स पे लिखा हुआ है कि वी शुड हैव रिस्पेक्ट फॉर ऑल रिलीजन्स वी हैव. हम रिस्पेक्ट रखें और उसको एक्सेप्ट करें, राइट. The last topic I would like to sum up with is the Indian secularism. Secularism in India means equal treatment for all religions by the state. Unlike the Western concept of secularism, which envisions a separation of religion and state, I've already cleared you. This is clear incorporation of all basic principles of secularism in various provisions of the Constitution. So, student, see, I have already briefed you this chapter. Both of the chapter has been covered. Now you can go through it. If you're facing any of the doubts in the book exercise and the question answers, we'll definitely discuss about this in our Zoom class. Alright, all the best, all the very best for your exams. Happy learning.